pick.
G'day and welcome to Game 2 between BetBoomTeam and Outsiders in this grand final best of 5 TI11 Eastern European Qualifiers. Game 1 was taken by BetBoomTeam in somewhat of a surprise with a very strong draft. Game 2, we see the opening bands Lena and Marcy, I think both were taken up by BetBoomTeam in Game 1. And Outsiders removed the Visage and the Chen. So, I think I've banned the Visage first phase last time, but not the Chen, because it did end up getting picked up by BetBoom. So Chen is removed. Now, I think the first 3 picks are exactly the same. Outsiders grab the Undying. BetBoomTeam turn around with the Enigma and the Death Prophet. And Beastmaster is the final first phase pick from Outsiders. I mean, I have thoughts on this. I have thoughts aplenty. Enigma, once again, if you don't have a way to cancel it, it's rough. There is a Roar, so potentially there is a spell to cancel this BKB Black Hole, but Roar's cast range isn't fantastic. So maybe something to bear in mind there, that the Beastmaster theoretically can cancel it, but the Roar's probably already going to be used in a fight as well. You know, it's not like it's a Avenge swap that you're holding to cancel an Enigma Black Hole. It's something you want to use to kill something on the opposition team. You want to jump with it. So maybe you can jump and kill the Enigma. That'd be fantastic. With that extra vision you have from the Hawks. Death Prophet was insane in that game 1 by BetBoomTeam. Lal just dominated on, I think, an Ultra Kill at one point. The Ghosts were just going ham. So we'll pick that up again. I can't help but think that this first pick Undying from Outsiders, I mean, I have to be careful because I don't want to criticize these guys who are actually, you know, incredibly so much better at Dota than I am. But just from an observer's perspective, I see this Undying and I just can't see the impact that it's having in these fights. And I fear that maybe the time has passed for this Undying, you know, pos 4, pos 5 Undying pick, and maybe it's time to move on to greener pastures. We'll have to wait and see if this game it can do something a little bit more with the combination of the Beastmaster instead. So second round bans. Batrider taken out along with the Quap from BetBoomTeam. So removing the Quap that was played by Outsiders in game 1. Identifying that as a problem hero. They're actually just heavily banning GPK. Like between Lena, Bat, and Quap, they're making GPK reach a little deeper into what he's going to bring to the table here. Second round bans from Outsiders, the Enchantress, Weaver, and Troll. The Chen and Troll both banned out from game 1. Outsiders identifying those 2 as the heroes that were causing problems in the gameplay. Chen being able to keep this Troll alive, and Troll, of course, having, you know, the inability to die with his ultimate if he was able to pop it. That will be taken out as well. Final ban from BetBoom. I think maybe Avenge ban. You want to make sure that this Enigma doesn't get this Black Hole easily countered. Although because excuse me, because you've already shown Undying, you know, picking Undying and Avenge, it's sort of almost like 2 4.5s, and you sort of pick yourself into a bit of a corner when you first pick this Undying, and really does open up an Enigma pick. Still waiting, a minute and 16 left in reserve time for BetBoom.
Radiant team pick.
And their final second phase ban will be the Invoker.
Earth Spirit.
They pull out the Earth Spirit. So 3 out of 3 heroes the same for BetBoomTeam at the moment. They're saying, you know what? That draft, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good draft. Yeah, obviously they can't pick the Chen and the Troll because they're banned out. They've gone, these 3 heroes, we like the way they functioned against Outsiders. They seem to control the tempo, and particularly the Enigma, Death Prophet, and the Chen, I would say, were the core of that game 1 draft for BetBoom. The Troll and the Earth Spirit were just what was needed to bring it all together. So I sort of can have a few concerns for BetBoom if they're going for the exact same sort of draft, exact same playstyle, but don't have the heroes to replace it. You know, the Enchantress is taken out, so that sort of quote-unquote pseudo-Chen will be removed from the draft, so that's not there. Thinking about other heroes that have decent pressuring potential. Necro comes to mind, or Leshrac. Leshrac would be a blast from the past. Haven't seen Leshrac in this meta really at all. But if this is going to be a 3 Enigma and a 2 Death Prophet, you're really only looking for your 5 and your 1, your safe lane pairing for BetBoom here. So, talking about being drafted into a corner, let's see what they come up with. Okay. Outsiders have decided that this Enigma cannot be left unchallenged. The Rubik is picked. So this is the classic counter to the Enigma. We're going to have, hopefully, black holes on black holes. I should just be able to say, there's a black hole! And just be referring to what's happening in the fight for the next 10 seconds. So, Rubik's black holes, Enigma's black holes, Refresher Orbs maybe. I hope we do. And we just have black holes everywhere. It would be fantastic. But as an Enigma, it's really difficult to play against a Rubik. Because Rubik can just wait. And just wait for that black hole to be cast. And there's no way for you to cover it. Terrorblade has been picked, but I just want to talk about this a little bit more. With the Enigma, you cast the black hole, and because it's channeled, you can't cover it with another spell. Another, like if you're a Pudge and you're throwing hooks, you know, you just immediately use the Rot after. Hook isn't channeled, so you can cover that hook with the Rot usage. And then Rubik steals Rot, and you sort of feel really bad about yourself. But with the Enigma, you cast the black hole, and that's it. You don't have other spells. Speaking of which, Rubik just got very happy this game. There are some nice steals. Even the Earth Spirit roll is okay, even though you don't have the boulders. It is just another follow-up stun you can combine with your lift. So it's looks like we're going to have a safe lane Pudge. Now, let me just float the idea out there for the time being that Enigma could be a support. And with the Rubik being picked, I would like to see BetBoom move this Enigma to the support position. Let you know, Roger play 4 Enigma. Or 5. Well, let Seneko play even 5 Enigma. And lane it up with this Pudge. Put Death Prophet mid and pick another offlaner here, because you know there are counters now to this black hole. You don't want to be all in on it. You don't want to be all in. It just maybe a thought for BetBoomTeam to change their draft to adapt to this Rubik pick. The Pudge is very good against the Terrorblade. Terrorblade, obviously the high base armor, but Pudge doesn't really care about armor. Pudge has the Rot, has the pure damage, and the Yeet. Pure damage from the hook. There's Terrorblade hates being against a Pudge, and Zeus is banned, fearing that this is actually probably a 3 Death Prophet and a mid pick still to come. That's how outsiders are thinking about this draft. So they think this Enigma with the Rubik pick will be sent to the support role, and it's really either a mid lane or an off lane that BetBoom are still waiting to pick.
10 seconds.
BetBoom ban out the Viper and DM's Primal Beast.
5 seconds remaining.
Perhaps indicating, oh no, they're just final GPK heroes. They've really hit GPK hard. I mean, almost every one of those heroes, barring the Marcy, is a GPK ban. So where do they go? GPK's got 5 seconds left. He's looking at the hero pool. Snapfire. Hey, it's a mid Snapfire. Is it a mid Rubik? I mean, I'm assuming it's a mid Snapfire, but we'll have to wait and see until the picks come out. I really think this is should be a support Enigma. If this is a final pick support here, I'm confused by BetBoom's draft. I think that it should be another core. Yeah.
Choose your hero.
So Lyle will take the mid sniper. Dahak on the safe lane Pudge. It will be... Oh, it's still a 3 Enigma, but it's the Death Prophet, Seneko, which will be playing the 5 Death Prophet. Okay, I thought for a moment then BetBoom had figured it out, but they still want to have this core Enigma against the GPK mid Rubik. Oh my goodness, it's a GPK mid Rubik. So I really think they should have put the Enigma as the POS 5 and just run the Death Prophet in the off lane. And that way all your eggs aren't in the same basket, you know? If you get a black hole off, that's great, but if you don't, then, you know, you're not going to give it away to this Rubik. DM on the Beastmaster, Zakota once again on this 5 Undying. Bit more of a high tempo draft this time, so maybe let's see if this Undying can do something. If Outsiders go down in this game, then I could only please beg that someone who's coaching them tells them to stop picking Undying. I have Undying bias right now. Let's see the hero do well. Sniper's going to do well against the Tombstone. He's going to be able to click it down from a distance. The safe lane it's actually potently strong. With a 5 Death Prophet with that Spirit Siphon and the Pudge in lane, DM is going to struggle as this Beastmaster.
Prepare for battle.
The good lucks come out and we are into game 2 between Outsiders and BetBoomTeam. BetBoomTeam have taken game 1 once again in fairly dominant fashion. So early movements here. Roger has a ward, will plant up on the high ground. I think, no, smoke won't expire yet, so GPK will get his ward down. Both wards. Actually, this is unusual warding. Both wards heavily around this mid lane. They want to punish this mid GPK Rubik. They do not want him to have a good game. In fact, that might even be just early rotations coming in from the Earth Spirit. You know, with Lal, maybe some points in Shrapnel, they can kill this Rubik and stop him picking off to a good start. Roger hanging out in the Rosh pit, just blending in. Who knows? Maybe Roger is just a stone statue inside Rosh's pit. Maybe Medusa left him a present there, you know? Here. Have Earth Spirit as a token of my appreciation. Signed, Medusa. Bottom rune contest. Seneko is there. Remember, here's the POS 5 on the Death Prophet. Yamich, will he commit the stun? Oh, the hook will be there, and the Huck will grab it. And 3 runes once again go to BetBoomTeam. Same thing that happened in game 1. So initial rune advantage going over to BetBoom. In the mid lane, we're going to have Lal on the sniper up against GPK on this mid Rubik. In the safe lane for BetBoom, Dahak on the Pudge and Seneko on the 5 Death Prophet. They'll be laying against DM on the Boar's first Beastmaster and Yamich on the 4 Snapfire. In the safe lane, for Outsiders, Ramsey's on the Terrorblade, the big Demon Boy being supported by Zakota on the 5 Undying. And they're laying against the 3 Enigma and the 4 Earth Spirit of Roger. So GPK should do well initially in this lane with the Fade Bolt top lane. With the action going. Just the reflection coming out, trying to force them back. I'm a very big fan of this reflection level 1. I think getting meta or conjure image level 1 is a little bit greedy. I think just 1 level in reflection early, that's a decent spell just as a value point to have in lane. DM. Getting some damage, there's a slow, plus the ball, Seneko. He is getting chipped down. Maybe baiting just a little bit with the Spirit Siphon and hoping Pudge can come in with a hook and turn it around. Right, this bottom lane, Seneko has to be careful. 9 last hits and 8 to the Pudge, so both safe laners doing quite well to begin with. 8-1 to 5-1, favoring GPK in the mid lane. And thinking about as this game progresses, if this Pudge can get off to a decent start, then Terrorblade is not liking how this is going to go. The Pudge is a pretty strong counter to this Terrorblade with the damage that can be provided and the control from the Eat. Dakota popping a Mango. Meta is used, trying to get rid of these Eidolons, and the Tombstone actually dropped as well. They're underneath the tower, level 2, being very aggressive. Roger, he's just going to commit to kill the Tombstone. It will go down, 125 gold. Roger says, thank you. You first picked this Undying? You first picked this Undying? So 125 gold over to Roger. He'd be very appreciative. He's just walking up into the trees and doing well. So Roger in the top lane, putting the pressure on. We'll throw in the kick just to harass Ramses a little bit. Not too many problems there. Still no first blood. 3 minutes in. Yamich is being chased down by Snako, but he's out of charges, and we'll have the meta in a moment. So quite a peaceful early game. Everyone's getting to last hit their heroes away. And now with these level 2 Eidolons, they can actually contest the Undying quite well. So yes, Undying was strong early, but with those Eidolons at level 2, Undying can't really tank that much damage now. UBK, he's playing around the runes. He really wants to have one. He's got the bottle. Sniper doesn't actually have a bottle. There is no supports coming in to rotate. Yamich will get down the sentry, but it's immediately dewarded. And yeah, the creep camp does still stand strong. Does spawn there. Now, as Sniper starts to get a few more levels here, GPK starts to find it a lot harder to hold in on this lane because he's gone for max headshot, take aim, so GPK just can't really step up without taking a lot of damage. Dakota is just guarding this water rune. Will probably end up taking it himself. Roger's on the hunt, knowing that this water rune is really important as well for the Rubik. GPK. Oh, Roger will just walk past. See you later. Yoink. I'll take that. And GPK is now very, very short of resources. Kicked in as well. Tombstone dropped over onto Lal. Actually, this is going to be good. They could get the kill onto the Sniper here. Zombies are starting to pile up, but you just TP away. Zombies onto Roger as well. Is there another zap? He doesn't have the mana. He's short of it. The zombies, they're on the chase, but the TP out as well. It will be just fast enough. So still really no impact from this first pick Undying in this early stage.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Terrorblade has started to get the lane under control for himself. 32 last hits, 29 to the Pudge, 30 to the Pudge now. So no issues for either safe laners farming. And everyone else, the other 4 cores are pretty much even around those 20 last hits. Still no first blood, so there is a gold bounty out. Pretty big gold bounty to commit in on a hero. GPK just finding to get that level 6. Although Sniper, there's not a single spell he can probably steal. Maybe the take aim that's been used. GPK will be very disappointed if that's what he gets, a take aim. Denying the Invis rune immediately. Lal, he's not interested in this rune gaming at all. As you went for a bottle, joke's on you. There won't ever be a rune spawn while I'm around. Just pew that rune away. Vanguard ready and active on Dahak, so he's pretty tanky on this bottom lane. Snako with the 2 levels in Spirit Siphon. Hard to go down as well. Actually difficult to see where this first blood's going to come from. Maybe it will just have to wait until the 6s come out. Black Hole on notice might be able to get something done on this Undying. Mids might come and rotate. Roger's walking back and forth. Couple of sentries with the boots and the infused raindrops. Making sure his mana does stay up. They could get a kill here with the roll in. just potentially show there. It's nighttime, mate. I don't think GPK actually saw him as he walked on through. They should be fine for the time being. There's that another zap. Keeping Lal lower on HP. Yeah, Mitch does look like he's being caught actually from Seneko. Rogers in the area with the boulder kick. Here comes a follow-up roll. Cookie isn't enough to get him away, and first blood goes to Seneko over on Yemich. 7 minutes 20 in. The first blood will go down. So Dakota getting some good time on this top lane. Getting some extra XP. Working towards that level 6. Mid lane though, roll comes in on the GPK. There is a steal of a Crypt Swarm. We'd probably prefer the Spirit Siphon at this point. Cookie on the creep, comes forward. But GPK really hasn't got enough to keep following him. No level in lift. Wards are dropped on the high ground to see what's going on. And Seneko will pop the salve and be perfectly fine. Lots of damage on this GPK mid Rubik currently, but not a lot of control. Went for 2 points in the Arcane Supremacy. So, lots of damage amp. And cast range. Important against the sniper. But no levels yet in the telekinesis. 6 is available on Enigma, just holding the skill point for the time being. Black hole. Threat of the black hole, more important than the black hole itself at the moment. Lal will be heading just for the Midas, actually straight Midas, and this could just be a pure stats build. Might not even get the Shrapnel at all, knowing that the Rubik would love to get Hook in on DM. There's an Eat available. Raw is there as well. Dakota comes in with the follow-up Tombstone. Zombies are down. Seneko's here with the Crypt Swarm. DM, he's trying to cut into the trees, and plus 150 gold. Wait and see it. Plus 150. Plus 150. DM does get the kill onto Roger, I believe, with the Boars. The assistance to the Tombstone, but plus gold. A Tombstone just giving the gold over to the side of BetBoom every time it gets dropped down. Ramses has hit up the jungle. Let's switch over to our net worth and see what we're at. Even though he has a few more last hits at this point, Pudge is leading the net worth with a little bit of kill involvement. But Ramsey should start to skyrocket with the 3 levels in Conjure. Probably at the 4 soon. There is a 2-man smoke from GPK and Yamich. No level yet in lift. They run into Roger, but they want the sniper. They're still going to commit on him. Oh, they're going deep. Cooking to try and get GPK away. Yamich says, take me, please. Take me. Take me. I'm your sacrifice. Don't go for my mid laner. Yeah, Yamich just said, actually, take GPK. I'm out of here. And he'll go away. And 3-man and GPK without a TP available will get thrown underneath the tower, and Lal will get the final last hit. So that rotation there coming out from outsiders not working at all. And looky. We've got an exorcism coming up very soon. I think these creeps will give it to him. Maybe the range creep. Oh, one more he needs to get this exorcism up and available on this support Death Prophet. Compare the POS 5 support of BetBoom, a Death Prophet who's going to have an exorcism with the Undying of outsiders. You know, I certainly know which support I'd rather have at this point. Roger rolling on through. We'll go for it, but the Tumbler's Toy does get GPK away. Scatterblast will slow down Seneko. Crypt Swarm stolen. It's still only level 2. Seneko says, yeah, I'm not leveling that one up for you at the moment, GPK. You can steal a level 2 Crypt Swarm. That's fine with me. Notice going in for the Wraith Pack build. So instead of going full YOLO in on the Blink BKB, knowing that there is a core Enigma bottom lane, Dahak, the Mortem's Kisses are coming out, but it's not really enough at the moment. They need a little more, and the right clicks will come through. Seneko's shown, the Boars are on him, along with the zombies, and that'll be enough. So they do make the large rotation with the Raw and the Mortimer's Kisses and the Tombstone bottom lane to get this POS 1. They get a 5 as a bit of consolation. Seneko, good for him though, he's still holding on to this exorcism. Pudge has the Vanguard, assuming you're probably going towards an Aghanim Scepter, but maybe just the Hood next. Little magic resistance. Lal lifted in, slow coming out from Yemich. Cookie to get GPK away. It's an eat. He will have a use here. He'll pull him in. GPK eating up the Pudge. But now it's the turnaround eat, and you know what? Rubik, you don't have as much strength as Pudge does. And Undying walked in with the Flesh Golem, but he's just getting Malefist and rotted down. Pew pew pew, Sniper Lal will pick up that kill as well. And a couple of kills being returned over the side of BetBoom. Just heading into the Roach Pit. They've lads. They think they can do it, I guess, with the Vanguard and with the damage block on the Pudge. Lal with this initial damage build into the headshot, plus the stats, 30 headshot damage. They're just going to take Roche. This is extremely early. They have an Exorcism to pop if they need it. They might get twitchy and use it just to try and finish it off a little bit faster, but they're holding their nerve for the time being. They see the heroes, or at least where they probably will be on Outsiders, and yeah, they're happy with what's going on. Yamich is just trying to farm a couple of creeps, and Aegis will fall. That's the Huck with an Aegis. You saw how hard he was to kill once before. They just brought him down with the Raw and the Mortimer's Kisses plus Tombstone. They just had enough. So try and kill this guy twice now. I think if he respawns, he probably just gets a Rampage. And Outsiders will just add to his flesh heap stacks. Important part of this game is going to be the vision. Bottom lane, Raw comes out onto the Pudge, but he's got 2 lives. Book was used, level 1. Fully maxed up the flesh heap at this point, and not even maxed out the rot just yet. So this Pudge has got a long way to grow. I'm not sure this is the play. He's got an Aegis. The team of BetBoom are coming around behind. They've dropped the Tombstone. He's got 2 lives, but BetBoom, they're coming. Here's the roll, catching through the Exorcism. Sniper's blinking away in the background. Down goes the Undying. Yamich tries to jump over with the Cookie of the cliff, but he'll get hit as well. Tombstone, 175 gold. Thank you, please.
Radiant's middle tower
And the Aegis of Pudge stands firm. Dahak, he still has it. Didn't even die once. Well, that movement was perfectly read by BetBoom. They threw this Pudge bottom, dangled him on a line, said, please come kill our Aegis, and then just smoked up behind and came through and cleaned up the kills. Excellent play there from BetBoom. Just outthinking Outsiders on their side of the map. One hero who wasn't on the bottom lane was Ramses. Close to getting the Manta. That farm will continue to increase as the 10% conjure image damage, so those illusions will start to do a lot more damage. One of the ways you do want to play... Oh, actually noticed. He's got an Invis rune. He's holding on to how many skill points? 3? 2? 4? 7? 8? He's holding on to 2. The hook out on 2. The Terrorblade with the silence follow-up. My goodness, that was just blind. They ping out the vision, but there's none there. There's not a single ward. That was just a fully blind level 1 hook. And he found it. He found the demon. And the demon will have to head back to his room of mirrors. Stomp comes out from the Centaur after a limp, but mass TP's DM. He's caught by the Earth Spirit. Roger finding the catches everywhere, but he's looking for more. DM looks like he's going to die in the background with the Raw coming out. He's still actually alive. There is an urn ticking him down. He will die to the last tick of the urn. GPK though, Roger's been keeping him busy the entire time. Will pop out the Magnetize. He's probably going to die for this, but the rest of his team is coming over. Magnetize again. Zakoda and GPK are still here, being kept here by Roger. He's silenced as well. Roger is just styling all over them. He will eventually go down, but for the cost of the lives of GPK and Zakoda, there's no way Rubik is walking his way out of this one. He's going to need some fancy footwork, and the Black Hole is just committed on top. There's some Mortimer's Kisses, but it's really just fireworks at this point. Yamich, careful. Careful. I mean, Roger just styling over the side of Outsiders there, just keeping 2 heroes occupied for so long. enabling his team to come over and get the 2 kills. Just outstanding play. Absolutely outstanding play then from Roger. And they waste no time with the black hole, just getting done what needs to be done. Ramses has the Manta. One of the ways you want to use this metamorphosis as a TB is pushing down some early towers with the conjure image. So that just didn't get done this game. You know, you get this meta, you get the conjure image, you want to rock up at a tier 1, and you just want to hit it and kill it and get some more space to farm for your illusions and for your other heroes on your team. But you know, that just didn't happen this game. They just never really got onto the map. It's a 5k net worth lead now to BetBoom. It's gonna maybe plateau a little bit now that Terrorblade can farm with his maxed out illusions. But in terms of the fights right now, Seneko is huge for this 5 death prophet. He has a 4-star plus an additional fluffy hat. He has 1400 HP with 4 spirit siphon charges and an exorcism. If they don't focus this 5 death prophet, he's gonna deal too much damage in the fight. But who else are you focusing? You've got to try and kill this Pudge, who's close, 1300 gold away from an Aghanim Scepter. The rot is just going to be huge. The AoE is going to be affecting all the illusions. The smoke. Want to move through. Who can they try and catch it? Blink full. No, they're just eating the dragon at the moment. Exorcism comes out. Silence over onto DM. The Raw is available onto the 5. There's Mortimer's Kisses coming through, but they've been cancelled as well. Noticed has turned up, puts down the Midnight Pulse. Ramses has arrived with the meta. There's a tombstone on the ground. Noticed doesn't have the black hole for 48. Roger still trying to get the kill over. Sunder coming out. Ramses, no Sunder now available. Roger goes in, tries to get the follow on GPK, but he can't get the job done. Lyle's turned up as the sniper. He's trying to get the damage over on GPK. Lift comes out. Telekinesis is enough. So, BetBoom taking a fight without the black hole being available, and Outsiders actually come out on top. I mean, I say they come out on top. The hack didn't die, and he's very close to this Ags now.
Middle tower is under attack.
GPK nowhere near an Aghanim Scepter himself. So, going for a Blink Dagger, wants to try and get a little bit more mobility. He's quite a utility mid Rubik at the moment on GPK. Dark just walks down the mid lane. He gets lifted. Spirit Vessel up. There probably will be a cookie to follow up. Yeah, there is from the creep. Do they have more damage? Yo, Rubik, he steals the flesh heap. He steals the flesh heap on Rubik. Certainly not the spell you want to really get here. We'll pick up a regen rune instead, but stolen flesh heap on the Rubik. I guess while it's active, he can get flesh heap stacks. Guess that's really good. Trying to find a positive here for this Rubik. Coda. We'll pop a ward up on the high ground, but I think it's going to get immediately dewarded. Seneko, he pings it out. That obs is not going to last for too long. Blink. What's the Eye of the Vizier? Actually, I haven't really seen this tier 2 item. How have I casted so many games and not seen this item? Plus 125 cast range. Minus 20% max mana. So that's an interesting one. Smoke coming out. 2-man. Dragon being cookied forward. Doesn't quite get onto Roger. DM has that Helm of the Overlord for a while now, but no Blink Dagger. In fact, it's being sent out. Is this the Blink Dagger? Yes, it is. The Blink Dagger DM might be able to get that initiate and start to get a few kills of his own. If the Black Dragon is around with the boars, that maxed out Inner Beast, plus the axes amping up the damage they can do, they will get it done. DM gets gone on, which will come through with the immediate eat, and he'll go down. The Black Dragon, not in a good place either. Looks like it will die. And that will be that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The Dahak has the finished up Aghanim Scepter. Seneko with the gem wants to get the vision control. GPK has the blink available. Wants to get into an Ether Lens, so certainly no Aghanim Scepter at this point. When you see a mid GPK Rubik, you immediately think this man's going to want to get an Ag Scepter. He wants to have those 2 spell slots, those 2 steals, but not getting it at this point. But a big item coming out for Ramses. The Ayaskadi is online, so he can actually fight and fight well in this coming up engagement. Roshan will respawn in 51 seconds. Both teams know it's possible. In fact, this smoke comes out from outside, possibly thinking that Roche is maybe being taken right now, that it could be up.
Dire's top tower is
Roger,
under
he's guarding the high ground. He's up on the cliff. Dakota chucks down the tombstone, but the hook immediately comes out. Come on, Mortimer's kisses are wasted. They'll get no value out of that at all. DM has a blink. They're trying to get in. Creeps descent forward. Black Dragon retreats. So that's Tombstone and Mortimer's Kisses committed. And Roshan, it's about to spawn in 15. That Tombstone, it's expiring in 7. So right now, BetBoom feeling very good about this potential Roche fight. They're going to see it spawn here in a moment. Seneko, if he just stays in the pit for a little longer, they'll see that it does come up. Roche has come back to the party, and immediately they see it. Seneko hits it, pops the Exo. No trying to wait for that level 12. And Outsiders, I think, are going to make the call to leave with no Tombstone, with no Mortimer's Kisses for another 70. They just can't get in there at all. And this is going to be another Aegis, either for Sniper or Dahak. I think Dahak, since he's going to be on the front line. Sniper will grab the Shard. Concussive Grenade online, so... Lyle is now playing CSGO at the moment. He's got the Concussion Grenade, and he's ready to get going in these fights.
Invisibility.
Can't believe how much farm this 5 Death Prophet is getting. 6,000 net worth. Also, he's going to have a Ghost Scepter soon as well. It's becoming too much of a problem. He's almost like a half a core at the moment. When you look at GPK's farm at 9,000 gold, bottom of the cores, they're all in on this Ramses Terrorblade. I mean, yeah, the Rubik was picked to try and counter this black hole, and to an extent it is doing that. The black holes haven't really come out. And yeah, you're gonna have to always be careful. But couldn't you have the same sort of farm on a POS 4? You know, maybe not the blink. Maybe if you just went straight blink, you'd have the blink plus the mana boots at this point. So, I can't help but feel like this mid Rubik just didn't really get a good game and is super struggling at the moment. Dahak though, he's gonna have a BKB soon, and with the Vanguard plus the Flesh Heap, Aghanim Scepter, Aegis for the next 3 minutes 37. There's not really going to be any way to bring him down. BKB soon coming out in DM. Lots of BKBs coming up for most heroes, most cores on the map if they can afford them. Ramses, he's going to have a BKB as well. So it's going to be BKB gaming very, very soon. Lal, he wants a BKB as well. Everyone, you know what? There's a dress code to this game 2 in the game 2 of these grand final qualifiers, and the dress code is formal attire. You're going to need a BKB for entry. The invites have gone out, and people have decided that they want to come to the party. Need to buy a BKB.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So, Sniper just plinking down the tower. He has the Dagger of Resteel as well. So much extra damage for a Sniper, plus 40 damage. It's so much. On the top lane, Roger rolls in, but oh, Zakota's going to be the catch here. He won't be making it out of this one alive. Silence comes through. Death Prophet's around. There's an Assassinate for good measure. And not even needed. Just click him. Interesting he didn't use that then, because if he'd used Assassinate, the next spell that would be stolen by Rubik would be the Assassinate. So, he purposefully hasn't leveled Shrapnel, and I think he was just using the Assassinate for the vision then, so that it can't be stolen by the Rubik. Just a little play, maybe something you wouldn't think about in your pub games, but certainly Sniper is playing around the Rubik this game and not giving him any value out of potential steals. 4 staff next for the Snapfire. Actually, a couple of Tinker Wards out on this top lane. GPK hiding in the trees. Did complete the other lens by disassembling the boots. And now looking into an E-Blade. So still no Aghanim Scepter. Maybe he's planning on getting it from Roche. I mean, that's how Ulcors think, right? I'll just get the Aghanim Scepter from Roche. That's how I'll do it. Oh, Roger. He knows. He knows GPK's hiding up here. His spidey senses are tingling. Is he going to go for the roll? The hero's sort of ships passing in the night at the moment. Out of wood vision of GPK. Doesn't quite see each other. He's going to show again on the lane. And Roger is just waiting here. Smoke. 4-man. Oh, actually he shows. An immediate blink. GPK sees him under the wood vision as he rolls through and blinks away. But GPK has got the support of his team coming across. They're all smoked up. The big Ancient Thunderhide isn't, so they might give the movement away. Roger now just hanging out in the trees. The scan does miss. Actually just slightly to the left of Roger. We're just going to keep baiting GPK up here. I mean, this is all just for an Earth Spirit. I think that Outsiders thought maybe there was a bit more of a crew up in this top lane. Now there is. As they move top, noticed has a Lincoln Sphere. Oh my goodness, there's going to be no steal. They're going to rely on it. Out comes the E onto the Terrorblade. Tookie to try and keep him in the trouble. BKB on Ramses, pops the meta. Tombstone is down in the middle of the fight. Dahak, he's not really taking any damage. They're trying to hit him. In the backline, the Magnetize goes off and the Resmoke comes out. Dahak will die. First life going down. In comes the Thunderhide. Sniper will eventually get the Tombstone to fall. Dahak moving forward. Exorcism pop. Roger will look like he'll be saved actually and forced after away. Where's Enigma? He's on the top side. He's holding this blink. He blinks in, gets off the Maleficent. There's a black hole. Is it stolen? Yes, it is. Turned around black hole on the Enigma. And the punch. They catch the 2, but it's not enough. He actually goes down. GPK, they can't get the damage off unnoticed. The game's breaking down as DM gets caught as well. And even with the stolen black hole, it wasn't enough. Terrorblade died to the effect of the rot while Dahak was going on a spinny journey into the next universe. And that spells disaster for Outsiders. I mean, huge XP change over to BetBoom. They didn't even have to buy back. It did expend the Aegis, but that's it. Not a single person died. Lyle, he's up on the high ground, not mucking around, up straight with that concussive grenade. Because I'm coming up. I'm coming up in style. That's how a Giga Chad gets up on the high ground. Uses his mobility to get up there. TP in from GPK. The blink in the other. No more earn charges though. Lift. Does get rid of the Lincolns. Throws him closer, but Lyle says, I want to be closer. In comes Ramses. He has a BKB, but the Yeet comes out with no meta. What's he going to do? Pops the Manta. Will try and get onto Lyle. The damage will go down, but the BKB is done. The silence comes out. Dahak, he's chasing him, and the TB will fall with no buyback for 63 seconds. Tombstone down. The zombies, they're starting to catch up. Lifting. Dahak back in. Zombies are on top of him. In comes Roger. He rolls through. Can't kill the zombies like that, though. Dahak will eventually die. Seneko in the backlines as this Death Prophet will just die to the tick damage of the Mortimer's Kisses. GPK rolling forward. Another roll. Does catch over onto the Earth Spirit. And the Ghost Scepter won't be enough to save him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So, a successful fight then for Outsiders. They do get the turnaround kills there. 4 deaths on the side of BetBoom. I don't think they expected Ramses to commit in without the meta. I think they thought maybe this was a fairly free Rax with Metamorphosis used, but Ramses just goes in. I love it. Absolutely love that he just got straight into that fight with the BKB. No fear without having that Metamorphosis. DM, what's he going to work towards now? His next item. No courier coming to him at the moment. I think maybe... Oh, it's going to be a Halberd. Halberd's good at Halberds are good at proccing Lincolns, but also when we're thinking about a sniper, stop him from attacking. It's a lot of value there. Look over at the side of sniper here. No MKB, so Halberd will be good value. DD actually in the top lane. Roger will roll in and grab it, but he's lifted up immediately. Haste pop by GPK. He's going to be running around. Ramses is cookied forward. Will try and have the damage to kill off Roger, and they do. Roshan not up for another minute and 44. They were hoping then, Outsiders, they were hoping that their luck maybe would turn for a moment and that Roche had a quick respawn, but no such luck. They cannot get it. Interesting skill build though on Terrorblade. Just the one level in Reflection at the moment, choosing to go for the attributes, knowing he needs a little bit more health, and that Reflection just isn't that good a spell this game. Maybe if you get it onto the Sniper, but the other 4 heroes of BetBoom, you know, the worst versions of themselves aren't that scary as right-clickers. Scam will come out, catch Dakota in the pit. So BetBoom may think that Roche is being done. They're going to clear the mid-wave and make their way over to their triangle, claim this high ground and make sure that they can set up for a potential fight. Gem is still on Dahak, clearing out the Hawk. Gem, very important to get rid of that vision. And look at this, immediately getting rid of the vision here around the pit. So Gem, super value. But Roche will be in 46 seconds. Of course, the team's unaware of that. Outsiders have to play around the ramp of death. If they are fighting around their jungle, can be very dangerous when a black hole and shrapnels are being put down. Earth Spirit silencers, you know, this is a narrow ramp and it's quite long, so you got to be careful moving through it in Roche fights. Lal has the completed up Satanic with the Mjolnir. Midas has been going to work for the majority of the game. Saneko's only 2k gold behind this mid Rubik now, which is actually quite remarkable. The amount of gold he has accumulated. 4-man smoke on 4-man smoke. Who's going to catch each other first? Yamich is sort of baiting. Lift comes out. They see Dahak. There's a Spirit Vessel charge. He will walk himself away. Shard is actually on Dahak as well. Something to be mindful of. You might be able to save the sniper roll. Coming in up onto the high ground. They will see him. Tombstone immediately dropped the hook to come out to counter. DM blinks in with the BKB and the roar, but he's eaten! Lal is just saved immediately by his Pudge, by his safe lane. He says, Sniper, come and spend some time. It's a wonderful holiday destination. On the top side, Roger's still just playing with them, and he'll TP away on no health at all, using another Spirit Vessel charge. Come in, it's a great holiday destination inside my stomach. You'll be safe there. It's warm, it's cozy. I'll even put out the B&B service.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Lal says, yes please. So huge counter now. And you know, sometimes as a core, you don't really want to commit into spending gold on something that's going to save other heroes. You want to be greedy. You want to make sure you have the best items possible. But the Hawk is realizing that, you know, Lal is a lot of the damage in these fights, and if he can save his sniper from a blink roar like he did just then, you know, outsiders just can't take a fight. There's no Mortimer's Kisses. There's no... Roar is available again, but who are you going to Roar? Exorcism pop. Roche, this is an Aghanim's Blessing with the cheese. So who's going to get this Ags? I doubt it's going to be the Sniper. Maybe the Enigma. Or is it? Oh, it's actually Roger. A secondary save. So Enchant Remnant is available. So... Sorry, bottom lane. Fight has kicked off. They're trying to do a little bit of split pushing here. And the DP does go down. Rolling in from Roger. You see Ramses. Slow comes out. BKB. He knows he can't really just TP. Because there is a Pudge around. DM sort of flanking his movements. With the movement speed he has, 388, he will be able to make it away. Daedalus available now on Ramsey, so he does a lot of damage, particularly when the meta is up. That's what would have burnt through that DP just then. But we go and look back at our Earth Spirit. He now has the Enchant Remnant. So between the Enchant Remnant and the Gobble, you know,
top tower is under attack.
The Huck is going to... no one's going to die, basically. No one's going to die from a Roar. They have 2 saves. So easy saves. Yamich just pop the drums to run away. He has a gem. So that gem, don't want to lose that at this point in the game. That would be disastrous. GPK will make his way out. And actually, GPK, at last, is committing to go in for the Aghanim Scepter. He wants those additional spells. He wants to have the cast range upgraded and the Aghanim's version of those spells. So, some interesting combinations that could occur. If he gets a Stolen Black Hole with the Ag's version of it, you know, additional 3.5%. It's that throw down the Midnight Pulse on top of it, basically, except it's not a Midnight Pulse anymore. And the old shard of pulling in the heroes. Yeah, huge steal. They're sort of all in on this GPK Rubik to steal Black Hole now. Minus 25% stolen spells cooldown, minus 5-second Fade Bolt cooldown. So lots and lots of damage coming out. Got the level 4 Cripple Swarm at the moment. I mean, here's a proposition. What if BetBoom just never uses Black Hole anymore? What if he just never uses Black Hole? What if Notice just does not cast another Black Hole this game? Does that deny the ability of Outsiders of winning? Is Outsiders' only chance in these fights a stolen Black Hole? And if it is, I think Notice needs to be, you know, seriously considering whether this spell is cast. Like, obviously, if you get a Dream Opportunity, for sure. But super, super careful how it's used. Because that is what Outsiders are playing on right now. They have to get this stolen Black Hole.
Dire's middle tower is under
It's going to be pretty hard with a Lincoln Sphere and a BKB. You have to proc the Lincolns through the BKB and then still get the steal. So the spell steal can proc it once, but you are not going to get it a second time. Roar goes out over onto the Earth Spirit, but he won't actually go down. So that's a Roar on a support. And now Dahak, he's on the chase. BKB pop from DM, but the Eat is countering that. TP trying to get him out. And the hook! Oh, no! The creep couldn't block it. Dahak thread the needle with that hook to get the kill. Yamich, he's still got the gem. Roger's on the hunt. Needs to get out of here. Boots are bearing. You might need to pop it. Yamich, you're in no man's land right now. He still gets the Curie kill. That was what he wanted. Roger will see where he is and potentially think that there's some vision up on the side lanes. Lotus Orb soon coming out on Death Prop as well. Disassemble this Arcane Boots and Lotus Orb actually has the gold for it. He was sending the courier to get it now. Top lane, Yamich, he got a gem. He does want to go down, but I don't think he's going to have a choice. Roll will come through. And yeah, the team of BetBoom will close in and say, I'll take that gem, thank you. Yeah, already switching out that cloak. He was preparing a slot, warming up the spot for the gem. You'll enjoy it here, gem. Sniper, Aegis, expiring in 26 seconds. So, Outsiders have actually done a decent job at delaying the push. They haven't lost a Rax. So in terms of, you know, map control with creep wave pushing, it's still pretty good for them on terms of Outsiders, and they're only 7k behind. So if you look at the graph, it was looking a lot worse for BetBoom at one stage. 60, you know, quite a bit of gold ahead, but not anymore. Only 7k, and Aegis will be reclaimed. Roger getting out that outpost, trying to get a little bit of extra XP before that minute ticks over, and not necessarily extra XP, but denying XP over to the side of Outsiders. DM has that completed halberd, so a way to proc the Lincolns, but not through magic immunity. Not through magic immunity. So if he gets the BKB off first before the Lincolns is popped, it's still just a double spell steal. Now the cooldown is 3.5 seconds. So you can steal it, proc it, and then you might steal it at the end of the Black Hole. You're not gonna be fast enough to turn around the fight, but you might still get the stolen Black Hole at some point. Mass TP's out from the side of BetBoom, just getting back to their side of the map, sensing that the smoke was coming. I had a little bit of vision that sniped that out. GPK leading. Does have 2 levels in shrapnel now. Lift over onto DM. Out comes the Roar. Or the Roar from DM and the Earth Spirit. This pesky Roger Earth Spirit, which has been annoying them the entire game, will eventually die. Ramsey's smoke will just dispel now. It just expired. The Huck tries to get the blind hook. Doesn't find one. Extra 0.8 seconds on Dismember, so very hard to cancel as well. Steel, what's he get? Shrapnel level 3, just upgrading it 1. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lal. For upgrading that shrapnel for me. I'll take it. Lal did hold off getting that shrapnel for as long as possible this game. Got all the stats. Probably just not wanting to get value over on that Rubik. But also, you wanted to be tanky and not die easy. I mean, this is a sniper with 3k health. With this Satanic and a cheese, I don't see how he gets bursted. It's going to be pretty difficult. Hook, blind comes out. Does he steal it? Oh, he gets the rot. He gets the rot, but it's an Aghanim's rot. No Aghanim's upgrade found. What? He comes in onto the Drake. Is there going to be any counter moves? Tombstone up on the high ground. They want to fight. This meta is popped. Scardy trying to slow them down. Raw over onto the Pudge. They have an enchant remnant. Maybe if wanted, Roger is just holding off on the side. The Huck will make it out with the assistance of that Wraith Pack Totem, just reducing the damage he was receiving. But that's Tombstone dropped. Now, I'm interested. It says no Aghanim's upgrade found. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is an Aghanim's upgrade. Aghanim's Scepter increases rot duration, radius and damage. So I don't see why that isn't upgraded on the Rubik. He has an Ags. Gaben? Excuse me? Is this a bug? Maybe. Maybe it is. Don't know. Maybe it's just a visual bug. Hopefully it's just a visual bug and it isn't actually going to affect the use of that spell. Lifts him up, pulls him back down, but the hook is there. Pull him to safety. It saves on saves for the team of BetBoom. They find the Snapfire and Sniper's on top of him. He will immediately die with no buyback. The hook actually finds Dakota as well. The Tombstone doesn't go down. They got to get out. Oh, GPK, he has no BKB. The Magnetize plus Notice. Sniper coming in with the pew pew pews. And it's a 3 for nothing. Roshan. He's up in 31 seconds. Will be close to spawning. Ramsey's top of the net worth chart, but how much can you do when you're sort of countered in this game? Plus 10-second conjure image. Oh, Raw comes out, but it doesn't. Actually reflects from the Lotus Orb. Ramsey's immediately BKB TP's out. Roger. Oh no, he blocked the hook. Whoops. DM's still down here. Oh, he's got to hide the trees. The blink and hide. TP away. He'll be just fine. So I think Roger actually blocked the hook there. A little bit unfortunate for Dahak trying to get that cancel. Of course, Meat Hook does pierce spell immunity. So a BKB TP out in front of Pudge. You know, he's got 2 options to get through the spell immunity with the Meat Hook and the Dismember. But that is now Roshan. And all the goodies are here. We have the Aegis of the Immortal. There's some cheese. Aghanim's Blessing plus a Refresher Shard. Oh, noticed. He wants that Refresher Shard. He's got a Refresher Orb queued up, but Mortimer's Kiss has come out. Just trying to scare them out of the pit, but not really enough. They're trying to buy time for GPK to respawn. They don't have to buy back. Wraith Pack is chucked down on the ground, just reducing any damage, and they won't contest. They have to run back, and my goodness, Aghanim's Blessing for the Enigma, so that upgraded Black Hole with the Refresher Shard. They've caught him, and they've turned him to stone. Turn out, Raw might try and turn, but it's a big 4-man Black Hole with the Aghanim's upgrade. He refreshes and goes again. Oh, they've caught out Outsiders. Yamich, he gets Pew pew down. DM will try and blink away to the north side. Lyle, he heads straight to the top lane. He says, I'm pushing. And what a gift. What a gift for this Enigma. Noticed he couldn't believe his eyes when they were all standing on top of each other. The Rubik included flyback. They have to catch the sniper. In they go with the reflection. Pops the Mantis as well. Stun from the bird. The meta will come out as well. Okay, they have an Aegis. Can they kill him twice? In comes the Huck with the E. There's no black hole this time. So Ramses pops the BKB. Tombstone on the high ground. Trying to get onto Lyle. Lyle's not really taking a lot of damage. The Daedalus procs are really all that's doing it. Servers start to shut down. DM on top of Seneko. Lyle did actually die with buyback. Pudge has a cheese. Won't actually use it. Will drop the gem. And Roger will go down. It's a 4-man kill. 4 kills for side of Outsiders. And they will start pushing down the mid lane. They're going to have to get a lot out of this because if we check the fight recap, it does only just say the 1 buyback from Undying, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that one bit. There was more buybacks. There was more buybacks coming out from the team. Let's just check our buyback stats. That's one easy way. Yeah, there it is. The buybacks did come out. So Terrorblade, no buyback. I think it was three-person buyback. Yeah, GPK bought back as well. So certainly buybacks used there from Outsiders. They have to get a lot out of this. I mean, BetBoom have a decision here. They can either buy back themselves and try and turn this around, or just take the damage and accept that they have the buyback advantage. They have one of two options here. Oh no, they are going tier 4s. And maybe they'll keep going. If it's just the 1 buyback, say, you got more? Is there a refresher yet? No refresher on Enigma. He's probably just holding buyback. That was one. He's going to have a black hole. Smoke comes out. Tier 4s are falling. They don't want to use these buybacks. They might be forced to use it. Ingo's nose with a big black hole catching onto 4, but GPK, he's off to the side. He might actually find it. Stolen black hole on GPK. He's feared away though. He will turn it around onto the 2, but the ghosts are killing him, and under the effect of it, the pos 5. It's too much. The pos 5 DP will kill the mid GPK Rubik under the stolen black hole, and down the lanes they go. In they come with the TP boots, and there's no buybacks, and GG is called. Outsiders realize that this is done for game 2, and we are going to a game 3 where potentially BetBoomTeam, who saw it coming? Who saw it coming? BetBoomTeam with a 2-0 lead. 2 matches into this grand final against Outsiders. My. Outsiders are going to have to pull it out in this next game to keep in the series.